a pediatric speech-language pathologist, and today I wanted to talk about what counts as a word, because I think that's a common misconception that, you know, a child has to say ball or car or block for it to be considered a word, and that's not true. Your child is probably using more words than you think. So when we think about what counts as a word, it's anything that child is saying that has a clear meaning. So it might not sound like car, or it might not sound like ball, but that is their clear meaning for it. A good example of this is, you know, a lot of times family member names aren't easy to say. Say they have an Aunt Kiki, right? Well, they're saying when they see her, they're pointing or they get excited and they say ee. Well, that's a word. They're saying Aunt Kiki. That is their vocalization. That is their word for Aunt Kiki is just ee. And the reason children do that, the reason toddlers do that, is because they're simplifying language. It is too hard for them to say Aunt Kiki, right? They might not have those sounds yet. So they're simplifying it, but that is a true representation of that word. Ee means Aunt Kiki. So that happens a lot of times. You know, sometimes, and it could be anything like, other things that count as words are noises or animal sounds. So if they have a car and they're going vroom, 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 vroom is a word, right? Or they're making crashing noises, or, you know, those are meaningful sounds. They mean something. That counts as a word. If they have if they're playing with animals and they're saying moo for a cow, moo is a word. So anything like that. It doesn't have to be this big thing to be considered a word. Same with signs. If your child is using signs, if they're saying more, or if they're saying eat, or please, anything like that, those are words. That is a language. Sign language is a language. And so that definitely counts as a word. So I don't want you to think, oh no, my child's not saying anything, when the likelihood is they're probably saying more than you realize. We just might, or the everyday person walking down the street might see it as a word, you know? But as the mom, as the caregiver, you're like, oh yeah, every time they say uba, they want yogurt. Like, it could be something crazy like that. That happens all the time where, you know, for some reason they get stuck on these syllables or this way of saying something, and they can't say yogurt. That's their favorite snack, but they're telling you uba every time. They're pointing to the fridge, uba. They want their yogurt. So anything like that. So let me know in the comments if your child is, what words they're using, or what we call them approximations of words they're using. So they're approximating, they're simplifying those words to something that they can say. But write those down. So next time your pediatrician asks, or if you're working with a speech language pathologist and they're asking what words they have, use those. Say, oh yeah, they say moo, they say ba for sheep, or they say ba for ball. That's a word. They say ee for Aunt Kiki. All of those examples. And I love, especially when children first start talking, as a mom myself, like keeping a list on my phone. And that's great to do, especially if you're working with a speech language pathologist. Y'all are working on increasing that vocabulary, or maybe you're working on some target words, is have that list on your phone in like the notes section of what you're hearing them say and throughout the day. So I hope that was helpful. I hope that cleared it up of, you know, what counts as a word. It doesn't have to be car, ball, alligator, like things like that. It definitely can be these simplified things, these noises, these signs, all of that. I hope y'all have a great day and happy playing with your child.